what are some of the best practices on LinkedIn right now? Because I'm someone who, so I touched on Gary Vaynerchuk earlier, right? I follow him. He suggests you post 4 times a day. You post multiple times a day. We can't all really necessarily do that. So I'd love for you to share, like, what is the optimum when it comes to frequency, when it comes to, you know, just the type of posts that work right now?
So I think I'll try and give you a short answer, but before I get into that, I've got to sort of break it down into two parts. So there's you as the individual and there's your business as a brand, and both need to be visible. I think I'll start with the business or the brand. Most businesses, especially small businesses, tend to focus at the bottom of the funnel, which is just the conversion, the hard sell. It's like, you know, you go on there and you see buy now, 50% discount, and they focus there and they forget about the brand or the upper funnel, which is about getting awareness and actually getting people to fall in love with your brand before you start selling to them. So when it comes to your business, you definitely need to be working throughout the funnel. So starting from brand, building that awareness, because what we've seen is that so this is research that's done by Demand Gen, is that 90% of the buying process has already happened from a customer or consumer before they reach out to a vendor. So they take this journey where they're aware of it. They go on your website, they look, check social media, watch a few YouTube videos, educate themselves, and then when they're ready to make that decision, they reach out to a vendor to get more information or to convert. So if your brand is not visible and meeting them where they are, which is, you know, not just hard selling to them, because at the bottom of the funnel it becomes purely transactional. So it's like, okay, my product is $1, but the competition's product is 50 cents. Probably going to go with their product. But if I know a bit more about your brand, I know a bit more about your CEO, I know a bit more how you treat your employees, it feels like I know your brand a little bit more, and then you can command a little bit more extra in terms of your pricing. So if you look at a brand like Apple, it's one of the biggest brands in the world. There's no way where you're going to see an Apple ad from Apple that says, you know, buy now, click here, get 10% off. They focus on pour hundreds of millions of dollars in the top of the funnel, building that brand, telling you how the pictures and the cameras will change your life. But if you go into another electronic retailer, say Sharaf DG, for example, you get bombarded with buy now, discount sales, and what do? Let me go and check somewhere else and see whether I get a better deal. So building the brand for a business is really important to help you build that equity and a following with your future consumers, because 95% of your future consumers are not in market. So that's where you're going to see the growth if you're already talking to them and bringing them into market. The other side of it is you as a business leader is actually building your brand and being the face of your brand. What we tend to see is that, like you said, there's 90% trust that goes up when they believe in you and your vision. And so we encourage business leaders to take one of 4 positions, or we classify them as 4 categories in terms of your voice. One is the industry, so exactly what you're doing, Reem, in the video industry. You're being an expert, you're talking about innovation, the predictions, how people should be visible. So you can take the position of being an industry expert, you can go into brand, being more of an evangelist, talking about values and how the brand will help people. Or you can go into product, so you're actually teaching people how to use the product, how the product will help them. And then the 4th one is actually looking at people. So this is more about mindset, about growth, self-development. So as a business leader, like you said, there's that intersection of where you have to find what we call a white space. What you're passionate about, the value you bring to the community, and potentially nobody else is talking about it, but it has high engagement. So like the chef you said, I love that analogy where you've broken it out from, he's not just a chef, he's the bread expert. And this is something I try and apply in mine as well, where I want to be the expert about entrepreneurship and people in small businesses. So bringing into that space where you're the expert and it isn't crowded is this white space where we say is a perfect place to play.